The PS Vita is an awesome handheld that's starting to get some attention, and with the PS Vita 2 potentially coming out in the near future, now's a great time to play some unpopular PS Vita games that many are slowly forgetting about. So in this video, I'm going to recommend some often forgotten games you should definitely check out. Starting off with Super Stardust Delta. This game dropped right after the PS Vita released in 2012, and it did a great job at showing off what the Vita was capable of. The graphics are quite nice, and the controls are easy enough to use. Gameplay wise, it's a twin stick shooter that has you orbiting around a small planet where you will get to shoot asteroids and enemies, eventually leading up to a final boss. What's cool about this game is you get to move the PS Vita around and change your camera angle in game, which is something not many other Vita titles took advantage of. If you're a fan of shooters, I would highly recommend checking this one out. Next up is Oregon Trail. This game was originally created as a parody to the 1971 Oregon Trail game that was designed to teach kids about 19th century pioneers, except Oregon Trail isn't teaching you history, but rather letting you survive a zombie apocalypse. The game has you start off with 4 other party members who you will try and keep alive while driving across the US to a zombie-free safe haven. This game has a great story with interesting gameplay mechanics that leave the decisions up to you. If you suspect one of your party members is stealing from you, you can just kill them. This game gives you free reign to manage your resources and choose your own path. So if you're a fan of simulation survival games, this is definitely one worth playing. Moving along, we have Super Meat Boy. This is a fairly well-known game that often doesn't get talked about as much anymore. The goal of the game is to reach the end of each level by dodging all different kinds of obstacles, and it progressively gets harder and harder, but it never feels impossible. Super Meat Boy controls extremely well, and he leaves a red trail which can be an indicator for where you should go next or where you might have went wrong. All in all, Super Meat Boy released in 2010, and it gave birth to hundreds of other rage-inducing platformers, so for that very reason alone, this is definitely one that you have to check out. And the next game is Dragon Quest Builders. I grew up with the Dragon Quest series as a kid, but I never got that into them, so I was very surprised when I realized how much I liked Dragon Quest Builders. This game is a sandbox action RPG that strongly resembles Minecraft, as you get to create your own custom bases and buildings. And you're going to want to have a base, because there's a lot of monsters who will start to appear and get stronger at night. This is a game that lets you go at your own pace, and you can be pretty laid back with it, so if that's your style, I'd recommend picking this one up. And the next game is Fez. I put this game on my list because it's another title that opened up the genre of puzzle platformers. This game looks like a 2D side-scroller, but thanks to the power of the Fez hat, every level becomes 4D, and it makes it so you can switch to different views and maneuver different obstacles. The goal of the game is to collect cube fragments that help restore the universe. While doing this, you'll get to see some great pixel art and listen to some mellow tunes, so if you're someone who likes to take their time and explore, this is one to check out. Coming in next, we have Time Spinner. If you're a fan of Super Metroid and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, this takes both of those games and combines them into one. Time Spinner had its start on Kickstarter and to this day has never had a sequel. The game is a 2D side-scroller that has you playing as a time messenger who is on a quest to get revenge against the Empire. You will be collecting items and slowly upgrading to reach new areas to complete quests. One key part of this game is the player's ability to pause time temporarily to reach otherwise inaccessible areas. Time Spinner is a fantastic game that I don't see anyone talking about anymore, so I definitely recommend this one. Next up is LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. Now yes, this is a LEGO game, and that will immediately turn away a lot of people, but this one's a little special because it's extremely polished and graphically looks great on the PS Vita. There's over 150 characters to unlock, tons of mini games, and a plethora of custom voice acting. Batman 3 follows the traditional LEGO game formula, but it stays interesting with its quirky jokes and different level design. If you're a fan of superheroes and you like DC, this game has a ton of content poured into it, making it pretty easy to recommend. And the final game is Salt and Sanctuary. This one's another Metroidvania, but it's very different in that it's also a Souls-like game. The art style is all 2D hand-drawn, and the gameplay is of course very similar to Dark Souls, but it's just the sheer variety of items and customization that this game has that really makes it stand out. You are given the option to change your class, stats, and skill tree along with what weapon you want to use. The core gameplay does a great job at fighting as you roll to evade and parry enemy attacks. There's also cooperative and versus game modes which can be fun to burn a few hours in. If you enjoy tough platformers with a unique aesthetic, you've got to try this one. And well, that wraps up this list. I'm curious to hear what you guys think, as I'm still playing through plenty of Vita titles and I'm searching for new ones all the time. And I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe as it really helps my channel out, and I will see you later.